Hello friends, welcome to the Anatomy Hub. Today we will study about the osteology of the maxilla. The maxilla, the plural will be the maxilli. So in vertebrate, it is the upper fixed bone of the jaw that is formed from the fusion of the two maxillary bones. The upper jaw that includes the hard palate that you can observe over here. So here you'll find the hard palate. Uh, of, so this is actually the palatine process of the maxilla, and here you'll find the palatine bone. So the two maxillary bones, they are actually fused together over here. That you can see this line, and at the intermaxillary suture, this is known as intermaxillary suture, that forming the anterior nasal spine over here, and this is similar to the mandible also, which is also a fusion of two mandibular bones at the mandibular symphysis, and the mandible is the movable part of the jaw, but the maxilla is the fixed part of the jaw. So at the frontal view you can see the surfaces, that here the anterior surface, that is known as the facial surface, that you can observe here. Then you will find the superior surface, or that is the orbital surface. So the orbital surface that makes the inferior floor of the orbital cavity. Okay, then we will get the nasal notch. So that nasal notch is over here, the whole notch. So this is the nasal notch. Then you will find the anterior nasal spine, that is over here. This is the union of two maxillae that makes a spine over here as a nasal spine, and this is the facial surface, or you can say the anterior surface. And here you will find the canine eminence. So this canine eminence that indicates the presence of this teeth. This tooth is the canine tooth, and here you will find a fossa. This fossa is your incisive fossa, and here you will find a fossa. This fossa will be your canine fossa. So medial to the canine eminence, the incisive fossa; lateral to the canine eminence, there is the canine fossa. Then we will see the structures of the maxilla. So this is the internal structure of the maxilla, that we are seeing the maxilla from the back side. So that you can see here the infratemporal surface over here. So this is your infratemporal surface. So you can see this one in this way, in this view. Okay, so this surface is the infratemporal surface, or this is your posterior surface. Then you will find the body of the maxilla. So here you can see this whole part is your body of the maxilla. So this is your body of maxilla, and here you will find the zygomatic process of the maxilla, that we will see right now what are the processes. So here you can see the zygomatic process, right? So this is your zygomatic process. So then you will find, after the zygomatic process, you will find the frontal process of the maxilla, that you can observe over here. So this is your frontal process of the maxilla. Here you can see, if you will see from the front, you can see this is the frontal process of the maxilla. Then you will find the alveolar process of the maxilla, that is you can see over here. So this is your alveolar process of the maxilla, which carries the tooth socket, and the teeth, they are just inside this socket. Then another you will find, that is the palatine process. So the palatine process that will be present over here at the floor, at the roof of the oral cavity, and it makes the floor of the nasal cavity. So this is your orbital cavity and this is your nasal cavity. So this is your palatine process. So this palatine process from the front you can see through the nasal cavity. This is your palatine process and it is visible here. This is a posterior view and here you can see nasal cavity and this is your oral cavity. Now this is your palatine process. Then it has three surfaces. The three surfaces mainly what I have told you is the anterior surface. So this is your anterior surface. Then you'll or facial surface. Then you'll find the posterior surface. So this one is the posterior surface or it is known as the infratemporal surface. Then you'll find the orbital surface. Superior surface or this is the orbital surface and you will find the medial surface also. Okay, so the medial surface that makes the lateral wall of the nose. Okay, then we will have three main features you will find over here, that is your infraorbital foramen. So the infraorbital foramen that you can find out over here. So here you will find the infraorbital foramen or you say the incisive fossa over here. Then you will find the maxillary sinus. So at this point at the body of the maxilla you will find the air filled bony cavity is the maxillary sinus. So the if you see the articulation of the maxilla, so the maxilla it articulates with the nasal bone, with the frontal bone, with the ethmoid bone, with the zygomatic bone and all that we will see over here. So each maxilla they articulates with the 9 bones. Okay, the two cranial bones or two cranium, that here you will find the frontal bone. So this frontal bone it articulates with the maxilla. Then you will find the ethmoid bone. So the ethmoid bone also it articulates, if you will see from here to the top, here you can find this is the ethmoid bone. So the ethmoid bone also articulates with the maxilla. Then you will find the nasal bone. So the nasal bone that you can find over here. Okay, so the nasal bone, and here you will find the zygomatic bone and the lacrimal bone over here. Okay, so the lacrimal bone and the inferior nasal concha, the vomer that will be over here, that you can see at this point. Here you will find the vomer and here at the inferiorly, if you will see at this point you will find the palatine bone. So here this is the palatine process of the maxilla and this is your palatine bone, two palatine bone over here. They adjacent, they fuse together with the maxilla, and sometimes it articulates with the orbital surface and sometimes with the lateral pterygoid plate of the sphenoid bone also. So here the nerve relation that you will find, that will find the trigeminal ganglion. So the trigeminal ganglion will be over here, that you can see. So this is your trigeminal nerve and here you will find the trigeminal ganglion, and from there the ophthalmic division that ascends upward, mandibular division going downward, and here you will find the maxillary division. So the maxillary division that actually coming towards the foramen rotundum, and through the foramen rotundum it comes towards the pterygopalatine fossa. So here you will find the pterygopalatine fossa. So at the pterygopalatine fossa you will find there is the infraorbital nerve that is coming through the orbital fissure and coming towards the maxilla, and it is giving so many branches, the nasal branch, the labial branch, that is giving over here main two branches, the nasal branch and the labial branch. And here also this nasal branch and the labial branch, these two only supplies the maxilla, the nerve supply of the maxilla over here. And the labial branch also, that you can see, this is also the infraorbital nerve, actually the branch of infraorbital nerve that supplies to the whole over the maxilla, mainly the alveolar processes. Now here you can see the articulation of the maxilla and the palatine bone. So here you'll find the palatine process of the maxilla, and here you'll find the zygomatic process of the maxilla, and this is the horizontal plate of the palatine bone, and here you'll find the pyramidal process of the palatine bone, and here you'll find the perpendicular plate of the palatine bone. So if you'll see the perpendicular plate that is going just upward in this way, so here you can see this is the bone, the transverse plate of the palatine bone, and here you will find the perpendicular plate of the palatine bone. So the perpendicular plate of palatine bone that you can see over here from the inferior side also. Then these are the alveolar process of the maxilla, and this is the body of the maxilla that already I have covered, and this is the frontal process of the maxilla. So here you can see this is the frontal process of the maxilla. Then we will see how the teeth they actually inserted and lodged inside this maxilla. So this is your maxilla hole, and here you will find the nasal bone, and this is your humor. Okay, the humor that articulates with this anterior nasal spine and the crest over here, and this is the nasal notch. Okay, so nasal notch, and this is your alveolar process. These are the tooth socket. Okay, so here you will find the canine teeth, the maxillary canine teeth, and here you will find the incisor teeth. So this is your lateral incisor teeth or tooth, and this is your medial or maxillary central incisor tooth. Like that you will find the other tooth, that is the maxillary second premolar tooth that you can observe over here. This is a second premolar tooth, and here you will find this is your first molar tooth, and this is your third molar tooth. And so in this way you will find the maxillary teeth. Now we will see the how the pterygopalatine fossa forms at the by the help of the maxilla, that you can see here is the trigeminal ganglion. So this trigeminal ganglion that forms three divisions over here, the mandibular division that you can observe over here, and you will find the ophthalmic division that is over here, and you will find the maxillary division. So this maxillary division that enters through the foramen rotundum, so that you can observe here. So this maxillary nerve through the foramen rotundum is coming towards the infraorbital fissure. Through the infraorbital fissure it is coming towards the maxilla, but before that it gives a ganglion over here that you can see. This is your pterygopalatine ganglion. So this pterygopalatine ganglion, what you will find here, you will find this nerve. So this nerve is the nerve to pterygoid canal that you can observe over here. So this nerve to pterygoid canal, actually it is the union of the deep petrosal nerve, that is the sympathetic, and the a greater petrosal nerve, that is the parasympathetic from the 7th cranial nerve. After relaying over here, the postganglionic fibers, they will uh, merge with the maxillary nerve, forming the nasopalatine nerve and the posterior superior alveolar nerve, and all these nerves they supplies to the maxilla. Like that, here you will find the greater palatine nerve. So this greater palatine nerve that emerges out through the greater palatine foramen, that you will find over here. At this point you can see there is the presence of your greater palatine and the lesser palatine nerves. Okay. Now here you will find the lesser palatine nerve also. You can see the lesser palatine nerve. So these are the nerves that is related to the maxilla. Like that, you will find some of the arteries that is also related to the maxilla. Mainly you will find the maxillary artery. Okay, so you will find here the internal carotid artery, and here you will find the external carotid artery. So the external carotid artery, it ascends upward and gives the branches the maxillary branch. So this is your maxillary artery. So this maxillary artery, it has three parts divided by the lateral pterygoid muscle. The first part, the lateral to the lateral pterygoid. Third part, that is the pterygopalatine part at the medial to the lateral pterygoid, and in between the lateral and medial border of the lateral pterygoid muscle, this part is the second part of the maxillary artery. So here it gives so many branches, that is your lateral, nasal and the septal branch, that you can observe over here. And you will find the infraorbital artery that is going through the foramen through towards the orbital cavity, and you will find the posterior superior alveolar artery that you can observe here, and you will find the greater palatine artery also, that will be over here. These are the greater palatine artery, and you will find the sphenopalatine artery also. So the sphenopalatine, that is coming towards the sphenoid bone, then going towards the palatine bone and the palatine process of the maxilla. So this is sphenopalatine artery. So these are the arteries that supplies to the maxillary bone. So at the birth, the transverse and anterior posterior diameter of the bone are each greater than the vertical, and the frontal process is well marked, and the body of the bone consists of little more than the alveolar process, and the teeth sockets reaching almost to the floor of the orbit. The maxillary sinus, they presents the appearance of a furrow on the lateral wall of the nose. In the adult, the vertical diameter is greatest, that makes the development of the alveolar process and increase in size of the sinus. So here we have completed the maxillary bone, its parts and the surfaces and the relations, and the nerve supply and the arterial supply. So thanks for watching.